Hey, good afternoon. It's Saturday, April 1st, and this is Jerry. I wanted to go over a few slides and summarize how the week went. So, really taking a look at the first area is Bitcoin up 4.72 for the week, holding 28. Also, note that there is a volatility reduction. We're down 9.22% or 18.34% for the year, closing below 20. So that's pretty cool, which, market is going up. Obviously, we've got SPY, we've got IWM, we've got QQQ up almost 4%. Even emerging markets are up. Gold up a little bit, but not as much as it has been in recent weeks. Taking a look at the weekly heat map, all green, pretty bright green. You can see energy, of course, is standing out here. We'll take a look at oil in a moment. Consumer cyclicals up there too. Technology did well. Here is just a view of all of the ETFs in the spiders that follow the sectors. So you can see energy is leading and healthcare, communication services near the bottom. SPY also doing great. Take a look at this. Look at that bar on Friday. Amazing. We started the week a little bit iffy, but after all the lower than expected inflation readings, we did get quite a bump up. So that was exciting. What's not exciting is this dotted orange line here. Because it closed above my short call and my iron condor, now it's breached. So we'll kind of take a look at that and see if we want to close it or manage it somehow. I've been rolling puts up. In QQQ, we are also up. We did great on Friday, up 1.66%. Look at that nice green candle bar. IWM also, small caps, Russell 2000, also nice upward momentum there. Bitcoin continues to hold about 28,000. It's not doing what it used to during the beginning of 2023 or the middle of March, but it is holding. It hasn't fallen back through. So that is pretty cool. Taking a look at market sentiment, we're neutral, which isn't exciting, but if you take a look at the last 3 weeks, we were down in extreme fear last week in fear. Now we're back in neutral. So maybe we'll be in greed again or extreme greed. Hand in hand with that, one of the calculations that goes into that is the VIX, of course, and VIX was up over 30 not too long ago and now below 20 and closing. So it's either going to go lower or maybe it'll spike up immediately. We will see. Dollar kind of slowly getting a little bit lower. TLT, this is the 20-year Treasury bonds ETF, kind of going up a little bit. I did have an iron condor in that I opened, and you can see the blue lines here. 100 and 110 are the zones I wanted it to stay inside, so it did really well, and I closed it for a nice profit. Did that earlier this week. We always like to take a look at our favorite REIT dividend stock. It pays a 5% dividend if you were to have bought it around $60 or $59, but it was up on Friday, 1.13%, picked up some shares. Wish I'd gotten more, but I'll take what I can get in this market. Gold, not as bullish as it was a few weeks ago. You can see this huge run up here and lots of gap ups, but then this week it did close higher than it opened, but Friday kind of down a little bit. In tandem with that is GDX, which is the gold miners ETF. It always seems to do a little bit better than gold. Still kind of in that uptrend. Did pull back a little on Friday, but also up for the week. Oil kind of was range bound for several months from last year till now it's kind of picking up again. It did kind of break down below 70 and now we're up at 75. So we'll see if that continues. And when oil commodities go up, also the energy sector tends to usually go with that. So I've been continuing to sell XLE short puts around the 80 for maybe a year now or so, and that's been working out pretty well. If I end up owning it, then I just sell covered calls against it. That's called wheeling. And yeah, just even a few like last week, we were below 80. I was maybe going to have to purchase it. I believe the short put I have goes until April, I think mid-April. So I expect to capture probably all of the premium or maybe 75 to 80% of it. We'll see how things go next week. No hurry to close that. XOP, also part of the XLE ETF. I have an iron condor in there. Now this is getting a little bit higher. It's getting close to my 130. It did actually breach my 118 lower strike put that I was short, but then it came up. So we'll take a look at that. We may want to roll our puts up a little bit or just do nothing. That's always an option too, and see what happens. XLU, utilities. Now, also just like XLE, I have been selling short puts against that. I believe I have something like a 59 maybe out there. I didn't draw the line on here, but I'm just still bullish XLU, but thinking it probably won't go below 60 or even 63 anytime soon, but who knows. So my short put is way down there, out of the money. Coin has been pretty exciting. I opened an iron condor in that about a month ago, and it's just been all over the place when the SEC started talking about having to monitor their products. Obviously, it went well below the 66, so I've been managing that and taking care of that over time. At the end of the day on Friday, I broke even or maybe a couple bucks in profit on this, so I just closed it. It was 21 days till expiration, and I usually like to close these out around that time and didn't want to take any more risks that it was going to fall below the 66 short put that I had. Taking a look at the sectors here. So the highest one here was energy, followed by consumer cyclical. All sectors were up for the week. And then for the month, the biggest was technology, followed by communication services for the month. Taking a look at the yield curves and the spread, you can see the 2-year is still outpacing the 30-year and the 10-year, but they are all going down. The other interesting thing to note is that the distance between this black line and the blue and green lines is definitely narrowing. You can see there's not as much white space as there once was in the beginning of this month. Now we're down to taking a look at the spread here. This is basically negative 0.571. We're still inverted. So as long as this is going down, which isn't necessarily a good thing, as long as it's going down, we are getting more and more inverted. So for those that want to do that pairs trade, you would be short the 2 and long the 10 if you believe the blue line is going to go up and the black line will continue to go down, and we will uninvert and everything will go back to normal. You may want to do that trade, but I would want some evidence this is coming back up again. Maybe now's the perfect time. Maybe Monday's the perfect time to get in. I don't know. We'll see. Just manage your position size. So thank you very much for tuning in and hope to see you next week. Check out our website, truewealth.moneyvikings.com. Join our Discord, subscribe to our service, check us out, add us on Twitter, would be nice.